Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So hopefully you guys had a good day. I definitely did. I had the kids this morning. Well, we had the kids this morning. Um, Amazing, so much fun. Unfortunately, Carson didn't make it over, so we just had Juliana and Lucas, and it was Juliana's nap time. So I told Bo that I was going to go lay her down for a little bit, and I would be back in a second. And he was like, "Are you going to lay down with her?" I'm like, "Me? Take a nap? No, I will not take a nap." We had the best hour and a half nap of my entire life. It was spectacular. So hopefully I'll be able to sleep tonight. If not, I will be out messing around in the studio doing what I can. But hopefully you guys had a good day. Hopefully you got some crafting done or some tidying up done. Whatever you did, hopefully it was enjoyable. So tonight we do have a card we're going to be making. I prepped a couple. We will see how many we have time to put together. But let's point you over so I can show you what we are going to be playing with. Okay, so I decided to bring in the two-tone. Oh, let's make sure we're live on Facebook, and we should be. Yep, there we go. I decided to bring in the Sunflower 3D embossing folder. If you haven't played with this, it is absolutely spectacular. Let me see if I can bring some paper over, and that gives you a little bit more detail of what it looks like. Hopefully the video shows it well, but it is a massive embossing folder, and it is full of beautiful sunflowers. You could you could emboss this and then cut out the sunflowers and do a little bit of coloring. I haven't tackled the coloring just yet. I did a little bit on this, but I was able to use a sponge dauber. Um, but there are so many possibilities with this die or with this embossing folder. I keep calling it a die. And this is your focal point. You really don't have to do a lot with it. So that is what we're going to be playing with. And I brought in the Daffodil Delight two-tone 12 by 12 cardstock. So if you haven't played with this cardstock, the two-tone means it is a white core on the inside. So when you tear it, it will be white on the inside and not a solid Daffodil Delight through the entire thing. And one side is a lot darker than the other. Hopefully that showed okay. Let's flip it that way. Maybe you can see a little bit better. So one side is lighter and the other side is a lot bolder. I chose to do the bold side, but you could definitely do either one of them. I did bring in the Pattern of Friendship stamp set. I wanted to do Thanks for Being the Best. You could really do any one of these. I really do think this set would be good for sympathy as well, or a happy birthday. And I brought in the arched dies. These have actually gone on back order quite a few times, and it is still on back order, but it's due back, I believe, the end of next week. So just a few more days, or about a week, and it will be back in stock. And these are the two that I used. So I used the smallest and then the next size larger for this card. So I'll slide these back in. And I'm not entirely sure what color ink we're going to be using, and you'll have to bear with me on opening them. But I brought in Pecan Pie and Daffodil Delight. I did a couple of the cards that we're going to be playing with tonight in different colors. So let me show you those two colors first. So this one is, my goodness, I literally just lost the name of it. This one is Gorgeous Grape, Pumpkin Pie. Whew, I don't know why that was so difficult. So this one is Pumpkin Pie, and this one is Gorgeous Grape. So the Gorgeous Grape is where I took the little sponge and did the inside in pumpkin or in pecan pie. So I thought they were absolutely gorgeous. I did put a little tiny heart up in the corner. I wished I could tie bows yet because I would have put a little bow up in the corner, but I am still going to be a few weeks before I can tie bows. And I got the little heart from the Be My Valentine's Day bundle. It's this little heart right here. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Joan. Welcome. So that's what we're going to be playing with, but we're going to be doing it in the Daffodil Delights. So the first piece you're going to need is a piece of thick basic white, and it measures 8.5 by 5.5, and I scored it at 4.25. So I can take that and score it. So I'm just going to try to hold that down and score with my opposite hand. I did get my cast off yesterday. I got the stitches out. And I'm feeling a little lost because now it's not secured and tight, and I'm scared I'm going to hit it on everything. I have a piece of Pecan Pie. This is 4 by 5.25, and a piece of the two-tone Daffodil Delight, and this is 3 3/4 by 5. I already embossed it, and I want to show you a little trick on this. So with the two-tone, how I was telling you, if you tear it, there's white on the inside. Just by embossing this, it pulled some of the white through already. Now I want a little bit more of the white to show through, and it's super duper old. I would say probably 12, 13, 14 years old. I still have an old sanding block of Stampin' Up, but any sandpaper would work for this. So what you're going to do is you're just going to gently rub your sandpaper over your image, and that is going to bring more of that white showing. I would definitely recommend using your dominant hand for this. And remember, go gentle at first because you can always go back through and take more off. You could, if you take too much off, you could grab your blending brush and add a little bit more color to it. But it's a little bit harder to put color back on than it is to take it off. So now I'm going to use the edge, and I want to come in and get some of these tiny little pieces. I don't know if the video shows how well the little sanding block does work. That looks pretty good. Come up here and get some of that leaf. And then let me brush all of this off so I don't get anything on my card. Okay, so this is now what it looks like. You can see all of that white showing through the cardstock. Now I do want to tell you, there is a right side and a wrong side of your embossing folders. So if it is facing you and you have the Stampin' Up! Logo and then the line across the bottom, you're going to take your cardstock and line this up right on that line. And this is going to be the this is the front of your embossing folder. So if you flip it over, you have the deboss side on the back. So now it is just layering and stamping our sentiment and putting it together. It is super duper easy. I am going to make a few of these, I think. Maybe not tonight, but I am going to try to make a few of them and have them for different occasions. And the crazy thing is, I've never thought squeezing the glue is hard, but it is. I still can't squeeze the Tombow glue. This is going to get glued on to the front of your pecan pie. And then we can attach this to our card base. Have you ever seen me go so gentle with putting glue on? I usually just flap it on, flip it on, and call it a day. Okay, so there is our card. So now we just need to do a little stamping. So I want my edge of the sentiment to be on the right hand side of my card. So I want to make sure to stamp with the little oval point, the oval piece facing the left. And let's see what Daffodil Delight looks like first. So let's open this. I usually push it back, but it's a little bit easier for me right now to leave it open. So I'm going to ink up my image or my sentiments and stamp right in the center. Perfect. I think the next one we will do Pecan Pie to see which one we like better. And then let's glue these two together. Perfect. I'm going to scooch that over to the side and bring in the punch. I have some scrap of the two-tone cardstock, so I'm just going to go ahead and punch out a tiny heart and grab the mini glue dots. Peel this off, and we're just going to set it right on the side, just like that. Now we can flip this guy over, and I really have a ton of these little edges, so I am trying to use those guys up. And that's empty, so I can put that in the trash. And then let's put this on our card. There we go. And I thought a few gems would look cute on this as well. So I brought in a few of the rhinestones. And these are just our basic jeweled rhinestones, just to kind of give it a little bit of extra pop. So there you go. So there is Daffodil Delights. That one is Pumpkin Pie. So it's Pumpkin Pie with Pumpkin Pie ink. This one is Daffodil Delight with Daffodil Delight ink. And this one is Gorgeous Grape with Gorgeous Grape ink. So here are three different colors. And I actually saw online where somebody did a Pretty Peacock, I believe it was, and it looked absolutely gorgeous as well. So whatever color cardstock you have on hand, I think would be perfect. Okay, let's get all of our pieces in. And remember, if you don't have the Stampin' Up! Sanding block, it's not tragic. You can use a piece of sanding paper. Let's see, what else have I done? I actually put sanding paper on a lollipop stick, and I've used that before. This was lost for a while, I won't lie. I knew I had it, and I knew I didn't get rid of it, but it was lost. But I'm so happy I found it. And I'm happy I didn't get rid of it years ago when we stopped selling two-tone cardstock, because now it's back. I think this was one of my first purchases when I first became a demonstrator, and I might not even have been a demonstrator, but I wanted to make my very first Christmas cards, and they had, what color was it? Early Espresso. I believe it was Early Espresso in the two-tone. and you had to do that on the card to get it to show through. So that's how long I've had it. And I really do wish I would have saved all of my cards from the beginning. I started saving them maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little bit less. But I should actually find the catalog because it was one of the catalog images that I cased and did those for my Christmas cards. And I actually do think I still have the catalog. So, and I still think I have my very first stamp set too. So I probably could recreate it maybe one of these days. Do you guys save your holiday Christmas cards, your house cards that you send out? Or do you send different cards to everybody? I personally make the same card for everybody, and everyone gets the same one. But some people are different. Some people get bored at making just one card. I think that's even. It's hard to see. Okay, there we go. Perfect. Let's put this down. Let's add some adhesive to this guy. I feel like I am so slow at doing this. Just a few more weeks before I get my full strength back. Okay, so there is that. Now let's bring in our sentiment. And this one I'm going to use the Pecan Pie. So open up your ink pads. If you're struggling opening your ink pads, I should show you guys. So I just got my thumbnail, which I just cut my nails so they're not very long right now. And I put my nail up under the lid, and then you can pop it down. Pushing it back, I can't because I can't put pressure on my right hand. So I just leave it open for now. And then I'm going to hold the back down so it doesn't flop as I am putting my ink on my block. But where there is a will, there is a way. So if you struggle opening them, I have found that that works for me. Perfect. Let's flip this over. Add some adhesive. And it does feel weird putting the sentiment on not this way. I don't know why, but it feels a little awkward. Okay, have some more edges I want to use up. Perfect. Peel the backings off. Oh, got it. Feels so good to get those out of my scrap area. So oh, I actually really do like the pecan pie stamps. That is gorgeous. It really makes it pop. Like the Daffodil Delight didn't bother me, but this one is absolutely gorgeous. So let's punch a little heart out. Whoops, oh man, it shifted. There we go. And you could run this through your embossing folder as well if you wanted to kind of give that the same look. But then again, it could be too tiny. I did not try it. Perfect. Add a few gems. Hello, Debbie. Welcome. Hopefully you're feeling good. She had foot surgery. I had hand surgery. She had foot surgery. We're both a hot mess. But at least we're hot. That is the big, that's the big part. Okay, so here are the two that I just did. I do like the Daffodil Delight ink, but I actually really do think I like the Pecan Pie ink a lot better. Okay, let's make one more. I think we have plenty of time. I have a ton to make, so we might as well make as many as we can online, but we'll just do one more. And I'm going to do this one in Pecan Pie too. Yes. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I definitely agree with you. It really, really makes it pop. Okay, let's grab your sanding block. Can you guys hear it? It actually kind of sounds cool. Who would have thought that you're going to sand your cardstock? I'm not the biggest fan of sanding anything. I had a project out in Bo's shop and it's been sitting there for a while because I haven't been able to do anything. So he ended up going out and doing it for me. And he's like, "Do you want me to sand all of this?" And I was like, "By all means, if you want to, please do." Because I am not patient enough to sit and sand. One would think I would be patient enough. We sit and craft all day, but no, not on sanding. And I don't mind painting, but we had to paint it, and I did it in a whitewash, and it was kind of a pain in the rear, so I'm really glad he did it because I didn't have any patience for it. Okay, let's put this on. Oop, oh, I guess it doesn't really matter. I can flip it around. I just saw that the sunflower was on the wrong side that I wanted it. Hello, Mary, welcome. So there's that. Let's fold our card base. See how easy these are to put together? So quick and so easy. I feel like I use less glue when I'm using my opposite hand. So maybe I should start getting used to it because then maybe I wouldn't use so much glue. Okay, there's that. Let's do our sentiments. And again, if you're just logging on, if you're having trouble opening our ink pads, if your hands don't work quite right, what I have been doing is I get my fingernail up underneath this ridge and you can just pop it out. Just like that. Super easy. If I can do it, anybody can do that. And then I'm just going to hold down this piece and just so it doesn't flap all over the place. Oops. Hopefully I didn't just touch that on the cardstock, and I think I did. Let's see if it still works. I think it's going to be okay. Nobody's going to see my little touch right there. And if they do, it's okay. We'll just say it was meant to be like that. Or just put a rhinestone over it. Okay, there's that. Let's flip this over and grab some more edges. Yes, that is a great one, the emery board blocks. And you can buy those in bulk at Sally's. I think you get like 10 or 20 of them for super cheap. So yes, that is a great idea. I actually didn't even think about that. Even though I just used it when I cut my nails yesterday. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Bring this back in. And again, I would put a bow right here on the corner. I'm not sure if we still have the Daffodil Delight ribbon, but a white or pecan pie, the baker's twine, That would be absolutely gorgeous. But no bows for a few more weeks for me. Or if I do, I'm going to have one of my kids come over and tie it. And then they may not be very happy with me. So they probably would. Add some gems, and then I will show you all of the colors that I did. If you're just logging on, you didn't see the beginning colors that I did these in, just playing around. Okay, let's bring in all of them. So here are the two that I was playing with earlier. This is Pumpkin Pie, and this one is Gorgeous Grape. The Gorgeous Grape, I took my my finger sponge daubers and just colored this in with the Pecan Pie, and I did this little piece up here. It's totally optional. I don't think it made or break the card, but I do love the Daffodil Delights. It is definitely stunning. But we made 3 of those, and you can pick what color you want your sentiments to be. So there you go. There is your guys' cards for tonight. I will be back on Tuesday for another live, and Tuesday I will start working on the new mini catalog product because I believe it is next Thursday or Friday. I don't know which day the 5th is, but the catalog goes live. So next week I will start working on some of the holiday things in the mini catalog. Okay, if you need anything, please feel free to reach out. If not, I will see everybody on Tuesday. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.